Estás viendo Canal América, televisión dominicana para el mundo.
A Time for Truth show is sponsored by the Office of Dr. Bernard Fialkoff, a periodontal, dental implant and laser specialist in New York City, for over 40 years. Dr. Fialkoff was honored by the International College of Dentists and Pierre Fauchard, and received the Presidential Lifetime Humanitarian Honor from the White House. Call us at 718-229-3838.
Sometimes life can be so damn hard, you don't know where to go. Everything keeps falling apart, yeah. You try to do your best, but only God knows that you've given everything you've got, but the world takes you down. You just keep moving on. Let your fears.
Welcome back to A Time for Truth show. It's a pleasure to be with you again tonight for part 2 of a very exciting series we have. I'm your host, Dr. Bernard Fialkoff, and we have a very special health practitioner and really someone who has discovered something so vital, so important, very humble doctor, Dr. Robert Lyons. And together we're going to delve into part 2 of this series of a very special oxygenating water, a liquid that brings a cell that seemed to be sleeping back to life. Dr. Lyons was born in Budapest, Hungary, and is a distinguished martial artist. He's a doctor of Chinese medicine and a humanitarian innovator. He's a 3-time world Kung Fu champion, aside from an unbelievable health practitioner, and trained at the legendary Shaolin Temple in China before earning a doctorate in Chinese medicine and then going on to get a PhD in Biomedical Science in Los Angeles. He's the creator of what's called Kaqun Water, an oxygen-enriched therapy that he studied in collaboration with many Hungarian universities, health organizations, and government institutes. And he wants to give credit to them and acknowledge them for the tremendous work that they've done. And he mentions that this was not just something that he did individually, but was done as a group, as most activities are in the world and in life. His dedication deepened when his daughter had a severe episode and recovered with his therapy, inspiring him to bring this worldwide. He's lectured over 200 university lectures, received honors of the U.S. Presidential Gold Champion Award, the U.S. Congressional Recognition Award, the Cromie Award from the Conscious Institute of Monaco, and he's a board-certified doctor of natural medicine, a doctor of humanitarian service, and associate professor at the College of Naturopathic Medicine in London, England. And today, we're very lucky again to have him for part 2 of our series. An engineer, if you will, let's bring him up live. And welcome back, Dr. Robert Lyons, to A Time for Truth show. Welcome, Doc.
Thank you so much for the introduction. It looks like a looks like I'm old, it's so many things I've done in my life. Thank you very much reminding me on that one. I loved your show last time, so I'm happy to come back.
Well, it's a pleasure to have you. And so I wanted to kind of recapitulate and bring everybody back to life. So engineer, let's put on the first video, please. And we're going to just bring everybody up to speed very quickly on this special oxygen-rich water. Engineer, let's put the video on, please.
I'm sure you've heard the news. There's a new secret weapon for beauty enthusiasts. It's called Kaqun Liquid Oxygen Water, and it's revolutionizing the way we think about aging and vitality. Imagine a world where your skin stays tight, Your energy levels soar, and fatigue is nothing but a distant memory. That's the magic of Kaqun Water. This isn't just any water. It's ultra oxygen-rich and penetrates your cells in seconds. By oxygenating your cells, Kaqun Water fights hypoxia, a condition where your body lacks sufficient oxygen, which can lead to premature aging. But that's not all. By detoxing your body and boosting your energy, Kaqun Water helps you stay young, vibrant, and full of life. Picture yourself with glowing skin, a radiant smile, and the energy to take on the world. So why wait? Dive into the rejuvenating power of Kaqun Liquid Oxygen Water today and embrace a more youthful, energetic you, because you deserve to feel fabulous at any age.
So Doc, every time I watch this, I really get energized just by watching without the water. But I wanted to ask you, you talked about something I found very interesting, because you said that the cells, when they get low in energy, appear to be dying, but then you said that this revives them. Explain that, please.
When you have let's say, a dead cell or an inflamed cell, that's mean to us they have not enough energy to fight back. There is no cell differentiation process. Each cell needs to have minimum minus 70 millivolt of energy to do cell differentiation. That means they have to drop down from 70 under 20, minus 20 millivolt, and immediately have to come back and restart new cellular life. But when you have not enough energy and it comes down and stay down for under 20 for a long period of time, is not enough energy to go bounce back to minus 70 or minus 50, that's where the problems begun. Because that means you are low of energy of what produced by mitochondria.
Very interesting, because then what you're saying is that really with a cancerous cell, the problem is that they started to deplete with their energy production. Is that part of that?
Every cancer cell is hypoxic, and because it's hypoxic, there is not enough energy. So in order to have energy, we have to find a way to power the mitochondria. What the mitochondria needs sugar molecule to enter, and you need to have oxygen. And then when they bound, they will produce CO2. This is the normal cycle of cellular energization. So this is what you do. Sugar molecule comes in and oxygen comes in. Then CO2 leaves. That's what you breathe out. The problem begins when you don't have enough oxygen coming into the cell, only sugar molecule. Because when you look at it normally, oxygen and sugar molecule produces 38 ATP, 38 adenosine triphosphate, is a life energy. Without this, nothing you can do. Any function in your cells or your body or your organs, or not even your thoughts, can come without ATP production. So if you have, we find a way somehow to bring enough energy to that mitochondria, so it brings enough oxygen into the cell and produce CO2, slowly but surely, you start to have the normal cycle. So the low function or no function cells, they are starting to behave as normal cell, and they go into normal cell differentiation. I tell you, anything and everything, no matter what is it, if anything can elevate mitochondrial function, that is have a very good role to fight against cancerous cells or viral infected cells, because without ATP, there is no cellular immune system function. That's namely no B cells, no T cells, no activated T cells, no CD cells will function. So there is no way to protect ourselves from ourselves.
Wow, that's totally amazing. Engineer, if you get the pictures ready, do you have the picture ready there, Engineer Victor? Yeah, let's get the picture on the screen. I have a picture here. And Doc, if you could describe what we're looking at.
This is a psoriasis feet, very hard to treat, because this one is a very stubborn disease, usually stay for life, and it just gets worse and worse. And then after therapy, you can see the changes after soaking the feet and actually the whole body and drinking of the water.
That's amazing. So that's an example of how this oxygenating is working on this particular person.
this is typically a inflamed cell. Some people have the whole body inflamed. So if you look at an other picture, you will see immediately the difference on that.
Wow, that's amazing. Well, I just wanted to show this, Doc, because I found it amazing what you've been doing. And, you know, when I saw the pictures that you sent, it was unbelievable. And then I want to actually, there's a few videos that go into the use of this. So let's get into that. Engineer, let's put on the next video, please, because I think we're going to be talking about how to utilize this, and especially in women who go through so many different changes in their lives. So engineer, let's put on that video, please.
Our bodies need oxygen to thrive. It's like the air we breathe, but inside our bodies. When our cells don't get enough oxygen, it's called hypoxia. Hypoxia is a serious problem. It can damage our cells and make us sick. Think of it like a plant that doesn't get enough water. It starts to wilt. Hypoxia can affect any part of our body, including our reproductive system. This is especially important for women who want to have children. Without enough oxygen, our bodies can't function correctly. It's like trying to run a marathon without training or breathing properly. Deep inside a woman's ovaries are tiny, precious eggs. These eggs hold the potential for life, but they need special care and protection. That's where cumulus cells come in. These cells surround each egg, acting like dedicated bodyguards. Cumulus cells provide the egg with vital nutrients and energy. They also help the egg mature and prepare for fertilization. Think of them as the egg's personal cheerleading squad, making sure it's strong and ready for its big moment. Just like us, our cells need oxygen to thrive and perform their essential functions every single day. And that includes the very important cumulus cells, which play a crucial role in reproductive health and fertility. When cumulus cells have plenty of oxygen, they can do their job of supporting the egg effectively, ensuring its proper development and maturation. However, when there's not enough oxygen, a condition called hypoxia ensues. It's like the cumulus cells are trying to work in a stuffy room, struggling to perform their duties. They become less efficient, and this can impact the health and viability of the egg, potentially affecting overall fertility. Oxygen is essential for cell growth and function, driving the processes that keep cells alive and healthy, ensuring their proper operation. It's like the fuel that keeps our cells running smoothly, enabling them to carry out their tasks efficiently. Without enough oxygen, our cells can't function properly and may even die, leading to various health issues and complications. Section 4. Menopause, a natural transition, not a full stop. Menopause is a natural stage in a woman's life, marking the end of her menstrual cycles. It is a significant milestone that every woman will experience. It typically occurs in a woman's late 40s or 50s, though the exact age can vary. During this time, the ovaries gradually produce less estrogen, a hormone that plays a key role in the reproductive system and overall health. While menopause is a natural transition, the hormonal changes can lead to a variety of symptoms, such as hot flashes and mood swings. These symptoms can range from mild to more severe and can significantly impact a woman's daily life and well-being. It's important to remember that menopause is not a disease but a natural transition. With the right support and information, women can navigate this phase with confidence and grace. Section 5.
So, you know, I know something that people are going to ask. They're going to say, well, was this studied? Where was it studied? So let me know, because I know that you've studied this extensively. Please go into that for the viewers and for those health practitioners who will be watching this.
Okay, so the first studies was 2004, long time ago. We started it with a sport university in Budapest, Hungary, where we had sport people drinking the water and taking the baths, and we want to establish we have oxygen inside the water and entering to the cell. That was the main issue of the study, and they said, guess what? If you drink this water, take these baths, you will have extra oxygen, by elevating oxygen parcel pressure of the tissue, and the saturation could elevate it too by drinking of the water. That is the amazing part of it, how the oxygen get to the blood when I just drinking of the water. And that was the first puzzle we had to solve. And after that, we had all kinds of studies on healthy volunteers, animal trials, in vitro, in vivo trials, with ethical medical license. That's very important to emphasize. So we just not buying somewhere a study or asking somebody to do a special study for us, what we like. No, we went to the government, and the government issued us this ethical license study. It took me 2 years to get one license to make these studies. But they came out, if somebody drink the water for 14 days, drinking of the water, taking the baths, your natural killer cells will elevate, whether you like it or not. So that was amazing breakthrough for many, many of us, because now we understand some of the pictures I showed you, but some of the pictures that the viewers see, because now we know the cellular immune system, the immune system has a big role to recuperate our cell. So that is the one we really follow. And then I end up at the Oncology Institute in Budapest, Hungary, where human trial study was ethical medical license being done. It was melanoma malignum patients with a skin cancer, stage 4, the last 5 months in their lifetime, how long they live, if they live longer, what is the quality of life, if they have better life, or some of them somehow turn around and start to fight their cancerous cells. So it was amazing. It was 2.5 years. The outcome was, if somebody drinking of the water 14 days and taking the baths for a period of time, you will have a good effect on it. You live longer, better quality of life, and in the book, you might gonna be longer living as you were expected. So I think it's a very good win-win situation. And then we made studies with elderly people, with dementia, and then we made, with animal trials, we made high proportion studies of, if somebody losing a lot of blood, we can have, we could see how they can recover. Let's say you have a childbirth and you have losing a lot of blood. Is that beneficial to drink the water? Guess what? Yes, it is, because it's not gonna be supportive as, not to, I always tell my patient breathe, because this is one of the first #1 function what we have to do. But just to push a little bit higher oxygenation to the tissue, that will change everything around. And that's what the blood do. It picks up the oxygen, takes there, but it's a liquid also, so it gets there in a liquid form also. So that's the studies we went through. Then we went to do diabetes studies in Changi Hospital, and then we end up in Monash University, Australia, far away, and we have a fantastic PubMed published study on that one. We have several brands around the world called ELO water. They call them Patriox water. They call them Kaqun water, Idun water. There's a bunch of water what is belong to us, belong unto our name, because we are powering them. We show them how they look. We show them the true oxygenation process. So this is about the studies, and I don't stop. So the next 20 years, I will do more studies and more studies on this, definitely, because I want to know the truth, nothing but the truth.
Well, first of all, I congratulate you and I thank you, because I can see as a doctor myself and a surgeon how I really could implement this in so many different ways. And what I want to do, while we still have some time on the show, we have one more video that you sent, because I really think it's important for the viewers to get a lot of information out of these shows. Engineer, let's put on the last video, please. Let's put that video on, Victor.
The athlete's edge, performance and recovery. In the relentless pursuit of athletic excellence, performance and recovery reign supreme. Athletes constantly push their limits, striving for that extra edge to outperform competitors, but pushing the body comes at a cost. Intense training leads to fatigue and muscle soreness, hindering progress. Effective recovery is just as crucial as the workout itself. It allows athletes to bounce back stronger, ready to tackle the next challenge. While rest and nutrition are vital components of recovery, there's a secret weapon many athletes are unaware of: reducing lactic acid buildup. Lactic acid, a byproduct of intense exercise, is often seen as the culprit behind muscle fatigue and soreness. By understanding how lactic acid affects performance and discovering ways to minimize its impact, athletes can unlock new levels of endurance, speed, and recovery. This is where Patriox liquid oxygen water comes in. Patriox, powered by Kaqun, is a revolutionary liquid oxygen water designed to help athletes combat lactic acid buildup and maximize their potential. Understanding hypoxia and lactic acid buildup. To truly grasp the science behind lactic acid and its impact on athletic performance, we need to delve into the concept of hypoxia. Hypoxia refers to a state of reduced oxygen supply to the body's tissues, including muscles. During intense physical activity, our muscles demand more oxygen to produce energy. When our muscles don't receive enough oxygen to meet their energy demands, they enter a state of hypoxia. In this oxygen-deprived environment, our bodies resort to an alternative energy production pathway known as anaerobic glycolysis. Anaerobic glycolysis, while helpful in short bursts of energy, comes with a byproduct, lactic acid. As lactic acid accumulates in the muscles, it disrupts their pH balance, leading to the burning sensation we often experience during intense workouts. The detrimental effects of lactic acid on athletes. Lactic acid buildup is more than just an uncomfortable sensation. It can significantly hinder athletic performance. The accumulation of lactic acid in muscles interferes with muscle contraction, leading to fatigue and reduced power output. This means that as lactic acid levels rise, athletes may experience a decline in speed, endurance, and overall performance. But the detrimental effects of lactic acid extend beyond muscle fatigue. When lactic acid builds up faster than the body can remove it, it enters the bloodstream and can impact other organs. The kidneys, responsible for filtering waste products from the blood, may struggle to keep up with excessive lactic acid. This can lead to a condition called lactic acidosis, which can cause nausea, vomiting, and even damage to vital organs in severe cases. While lactic acidosis is relatively rare and usually occurs in individuals with underlying health conditions, it highlights the importance of managing lactic acid levels for optimal health and performance. Section 4. Oxygen, the key to lactic acid reduction. Understanding the relationship between oxygen and lactic acid production is crucial for athletes seeking to optimize their performance. As we've learned, hypoxia, or lack of oxygen, forces our muscles to rely on anaerobic glycolysis, which produces lactic acid as a byproduct. Therefore, the key to reducing lactic acid buildup lies in ensuring an adequate oxygen supply to our muscles. When our muscles have access to sufficient oxygen, they can rely on aerobic metabolism, a more efficient energy production pathway that does not produce lactic acid as a byproduct. This is where Patriox comes into play. Patriox is a revolutionary liquid oxygen water specifically formulated to enhance oxygen uptake and combat lactic acid buildup.
You know, it's amazing the different things. I want to ask you a question that actually just came into my universe right now, that I'd like you as an expert of what you've devised. I would think that as a race, the human race needs to realize what we're doing to the atmosphere, the oxygen in the atmosphere, and the oxygen that exists naturally, and the trees that create oxygen from the CO2. What is your feeling about climate control?
I believe many things changed in the last 50 to 100 years. Prior to that, we had 500,000 years of very high oxygen in the planet. And, you know, we slowly but surely losing the oxygen layer. So we need to do everything and anything to keep our cells functioning right, because I believe it's not just enough to take medication or not just enough just to take herbs. I think you need to think of the basis, and the basis is you have to have the right amount of oxygen to your cell to able to power your ATP and then give you energy for your cellular immune system. So you're going to be able to fight all the challenges what we have nowadays. Just look at how many virus is attacking us per day, how many bacteria, fungus. And when your immune system is not functioning right, sooner or later, you're going to get sick. The problem is with the elderly people. If they get older, their immune system automatically is much more less. Why? Because if you look at the baby has 96 mercury millimeter oxygen parts per pressure, and 80 years old man has 60 mercury. It don't sound too much, but this 36 mercury millimeter difference is a huge gap between your cellular immune system function. What if I tell you I can reoxygenate your cells and I can make you truly clinically proven younger by years, by years, by years? I think this is my message to everybody, because nothing else is more important in life to live a little bit longer with a good quality of life. And that's what we can do for people who are interested. So,
well, you know what? I really want to thank you for taking the time. Unfortunately, because it's been such a good topic, we've run out of time. But Dr. Robert Lyons, my hat off to you. And thank you so much for everything you're doing. I know I want to have you back again because there's much, much more we have to cover. But those of you watching, support this man. And where can they get in contact with you?
You can go to kaqun.eu, or you can go on kaqunlasvegas.com, and you can get contact with me there. They will give me the message.
Thank you very much, Doctor.
Most welcome. Thank you. Thank you for having me on your show. Thank you.
It's been a total pleasure. I know the audience is going to want you back, so get ready to come back. Have a good night.
I come back. I promise I come back. Thank you.
Okay. I'll hold you to that. For all you watching, start breathing the air, start protecting the planet, and let's follow his advice, and let's make things a better quality of life. Have a very good night.
This show was sponsored by Atimefortruthfoundation Incorporated as a community service.
Sometimes life can be so damn hard. You don't know where to go. Everything keeps falling apart. Yeah. You try to do your best, but only God knows that you've given everything you've got. But the world takes you down. You just keep moving on. Let your feet